Welcome. This is 1.2, a video on in our playlist on getting started with processing. And in this particular video, we're going to look at two key functions, very important special functions that processing understands. One is called setup, and the other one is draw. Okay, setup and draw. Let's look at them now. The first special function we'll look at, setup, works as follows. Remember, this is Python, so we say def. That's how you define a function in Python. So def with a space, and then I'm saying setup, open close parenthesis, and a colon. So processing and Python know that this person is going to define the setup, and in that we can write a series of commands to set things up. I can, in this case, I'm saying, hey, can you please make my size, my canvas size? We looked at size in 1.1 in the previous video. I want a square canvas of 500 pixels by 500 pixels. That's what we're saying here. And then I want my background to be 0. 0 is the color black and 255 is white. We have not looked at colors yet. We will. I'll make a video on colors. But for now, just know that we want our background to be, so it's going to give me a black background of 500 pixels by 500 pixels. And then I can probably say, make my stroke 0, 0 to 55, RGB, red, green, blue, right? You specify your color. In this case, I'm saying I want a blue pen. That's all I'm saying. Make my stroke, which is the stroke color, to be 0, 0 to 55. And you're done. But the most important thing you want to remember is that the setup function is run exactly once and only once at the beginning of the program execution. So processing will start. You will have a script. It will see, hey, does this person have setup? And if yes, it will run it once. In contrast to that is the next function that we are now going to take a look at, which is our second special function called draw. Okay. Again, we will define draw with a def space draw open close parenthesis, put a colon, and then use indentation. Go 4 spaces in. And in this case, I'm saying I want to make my background 0, and then I can do anything I like. In this case, I'm saying draw an ellipse at this point 100, 100. Of height 10 pixels, width 10 pixels. It's a circle actually because the height and the width are the same. But don't worry about the ellipse part. What I want you to know and keep in mind is that the draw function, right? It is run once for each frame. So this is an expensive function, computationally expensive. The computer has to do a lot of work, right? So it has to draw over and over and over again. This particular function is not very good because it will keep drawing that ellipse on top of the older ellipse each time it runs. So it's called continuously, right? Draw is very is continuous, but we can exploit that, and it's usually used when we're creating animations. Because we're making a small change, we can make it draw and we can make our shapes move and our lines dance. We can see all that later on. But that's all you have to remember. It comes later. And this will keep drawing and it won't stop until you kill the program or you use a no loop. We'll look at all that later, but for this video, keep this in mind. You can run your setup. The processing will run setup once, and then you see the blue loop. It will run draw forever. Okay, so these are just the two concepts. Function setup run once, function draw runs once per frame. Now that you understand these two, I don't want you to stop. Please go and watch the next video, 2.1, in which we actually start writing some code. We're going to start drawing shapes. I thank you for your time, and I hope that was useful. I'll see you in 2.1.